Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from T.W White Sons. Here we have today a Mazda 3. This is a 2-litre SKYACTIV-X engine, and this is the GT Sport model. Now, this car is presented in Soul Red Crystal with the black leather interior and has covered under 12,000 miles. The car was registered on the 31st of January 2020, so it's just had its 3rd year birthday just a little while ago. Now, a few days ago, what are we on now? Is it the 6th? 6th today. Okay, so it's 3 years and 6 days old. Now, this car is exceptional, and I'll tell you why. The condition is amazing. It came in this morning. We gave it a little clean. But if you check this car out, look, even the brake calipers are like a new car. The wheels are unmarked. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll always hear me say, you know, we'll have to send it to the wheel refurbers. This car hasn't got a mark on the wheel, so that's testament to the previous owner, and he may be watching actually, so thank you very much for such a lovely car. We're very pleased with it indeed. It's all serviced. It's not got a mark on it. It's a lovely spec. It's beautiful. Now, for you curious ones out there, the gentleman did part exchange it for another Mazda. He got a CX-30 this time, so based on the Mazda 3, but a little bit higher up. So he's very pleased with the brand and the dealership. We're very pleased that he keeps, you know, coming back. Now, this is a manual transmission, and it's the 180 PS, which was then superseded by, it was sort of facelifted, and it got an extra 6 horsepower, which you wouldn't really feel. Well, we wouldn't think that either. We wouldn't think we'd feel it. It also got a sunroof. So the 186 model's got a sunroof. These don't. Would it bother me? I don't think so, because even when I've had sunroofs in cars, I've never used them. And these have a CD player, but if you got the later one, they don't have a CD player. So, you know, sunroof or CD player, I think I'd rather have a CD player. Probably come to more use, and I hardly ever use CDs. Now, the SKYACTIV-X car. Now, these cars, performance-wise, I mean, they've got extra horsepower over the G engines. The G engines are 122 PS, so that's almost horsepower, and the X engine's 180. Now, if you were to ask any of the staff here at TW White who've driven them, we were like, don't really notice much difference. However, if you are doing long journeys, you will notice a difference in your fuel consumption. And I will share the trip computer of this car with you. The gentleman has averaged 45 miles per gallon. Now, this is a 2-litre engine, 180 horsepower. This is not a diesel, and it's getting 45 mpg. Now, I know you'll probably say, oh, but so-and-so car does this, does that. That's the paper figures. This is the real world figures. And as you can see, the gentleman doesn't do a huge amount of miles. What does he do? Look, under 3,000 miles a year. So these are super efficient, and if you are a company car driver, you can the benefit in kind is really good on this car, because the CO2 is actually lower than on the G engine. Okay, so let's get inside the car. In fact, before we do that, let's go in the boot. Now, these have a very good sized boot. My gauge to a good sized boot is, could you fit a pushchair, etc. in there? Not a golf bag, but a pushchair. And until fatherhood, I never saw the importance of a boot, but I do now. But it's a very good sized boot. You can have a spare wheel should you require one, and that Bose speaker, because it has a Bose premium sound system, will fit inside that spare wheel. If you need more room, you've got a 60-40 split rear seat, and you can take this parcel shelf out. Look at that. Now, usually my valeter takes the mats out and puts them in the back, but he's left them in because they are like new. I think he thinks it spoils the photos. There's not any marks on the roof. It is absolutely lovely. And what really impressed me was the piano black centre console doesn't have scratches on it, because normally they do, because people leave their keys and phones. So the previous owner definitely took care of his car. Okay, so let me just show you this door. It's all absolutely lovely. In fact, if I took the plates off, I could probably get away with putting this in my showroom as a new car. Electric windows, mirrors. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got an 8-way electric seat. You've got memory function for the driver's seat. If there's 2 drivers, and you've got lumbar here. Okay. Now, if you've not driven this sort of newer generation of Mazda, I urge you to do so. You will notice that they're a lot quieter than the earlier cars. The earlier cars are fantastic. In fact, Mazda don't really make a bad car. I don't think they ever really have. But my 21 years in the Mazda world, what I notice is you've got a bit of road noise. But with this, it's very, very quiet indeed. Now, I'm going to start the car up. So there's 2 keys there. So foot on the clutch. This lights up green. Push this button. And she fires into life. There we go, 11,082 miles, 44.9 mpg. Now you can have an analog, digital display, okay. You've got a temperature gauge, I like that. A lot of cars, Mazda is as well, they just had a blue light when the car was cold. So traditionally that was like a coolant light, so people would go, oh, the coolant lights come on, and then it would switch off when the car got warm. But yeah, back to gauges. You've got rake and reach on the steering wheel. You've got a heated steering wheel, okay. Heated seats, 3-stage CD player, as mentioned earlier. USB here. There's a USB here as well. Look, no scratches on this here. Very nice indeed. It really does feel like it's done 11,000 miles. In fact, it feels like it's done a lot less. Automatic lights, and they've also got high beam control, okay, which is wonderful. Automatic wipers, heads up display, so you're always looking ahead, which will give you a speed warning, a basic sat nav functions rather than having a look over here. Dual zone climate. I mean, the list goes on, but this is where this car really comes into its own. It's the safety of this car. Now, if I go to settings, and this is all by operating this dial here, look at the safety settings. Now, I've noticed people are a lot more safety conscious these days, and you've got radar cruise control. That will help you maintain a safe speed between the car in front, save you fuel as well. Look, you can limit your speed on your car. Traffic sign speed limit sync. I mean, wow. Audible cruise confirmation. Speed limit sign alert visual. Yeah, speed limit sign threshold. So these are things that will probably save you from getting points. Driver attention alert. Literally, you'll be driving along and you'll think, oh, it's time for a comfort break, and you know, it's not that the car's listening to you, because you may not actually say it. It'll come up, take a break. So the car actually monitors your I think it's your facial expressions, and there are certain facial expressions that will indicate fatigue. So that's very good. Rear cross traffic alert. So if you're pulling out of a parking space, for example, and there's cars or people or trolleys coming the other way, it will light up the wing mirrors and bleep to warn you. I think that's really handy. Lane departure warning. It will warn you if you're veering out of a lane, and it will vibrate the steering wheel. You've got blind spot monitoring, so in each wing mirror, should somebody overtake you or undertake you, it will let you know somebody's coming. So these are all great things. Yeah, active safety, distance and speed alert, lane keep assist. It will keep you in lane. Yeah. collision avoidance. Look, it keeps going. Smart city braking, it will put the brakes on in traffic, you know, if you're doing under 20 miles an hour. And it goes on and on and on. Okay. Do you know, that's a funny one. Pedal misuse alert. I don't know. I don't think I physically could accelerate and brake at the same time. But right, connectivity. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's all really, really good stuff. Now, I have noticed, because we retail a lot of the part exchanges that are non-franchise, all the good ones. And, you know, I've seen cars with all this sort of spec on, but then the quality of the car isn't quite there. But I think Mazda have got it all. They've got the quality, the materials, and the spec. Now, you probably think, oh, this guy's biased, but please do have a look. We took a car, one of the premium German brands, in the other day. It was 18 months old, very expensive new. We sold it for what I thought was, you know, I couldn't believe the sort of money they fetched, and the gentleman part exchanged that against a Mazda 3, and you can see why. You really can. So a couple of things. Part exchange is extremely welcome. We have a great part exchange facility because we will retail the majority of part exchanges, and even if we don't, you will get the best deal with a part exchange. Okay, so despite what you hear about getting a better deal without a part exchange, forget that. Do punch your reg number and do all those bits and pieces, but come and see us. Give us a shout, give us a call, give us an email. You'll get the best deal with a part exchange. Okay, we have great finance facilities. We have all the dealer facilities. This car was serviced with us. Look, in 2020 it was PDI, pre-delivery inspection, and then in 2021 a service, in 2022 a service, and here over in Orpington, I think that's probably when the gentleman put his order in. Did we get him a car as quickly as that? Yeah, I think we did. So yeah, he came in for a service and we serviced the car and had a chat with him about a new one. So it's the best way to get these lovely part exchanges, I think, of our customers, because they've really looked after them. So thank you for all our customers out there. So the car will come with a 12-month Mazda warranty, because the Mazda one has just expired, but it's the follow-on from the Mazda manufacturer's warranty. And once we've done it, once we've put it on, it'll actually come up here, Mazda European Assistance, because you also get European Assistance. So a real good backup there. But if you want to extend the warranty, you can do, but you get it for 12 months free off charge. The car is serviced. It was done on the 23rd of Jan, but we do need to do a pre-sales check just to make sure everything is tickety-boo. Okay, so that shall be done over the next couple of days. If you want any more photographs, videos of this lovely car, and it really is a lovely car, I'm just looking around it, and it's just, I can see why it didn't take long for us to get this car cleaned, because it is just that nice. But if you need any more photographs, videos of this, please give us a shout. Nothing is too much bother, and I really mean that. And should it be outside our regular business hours, don't let that stop you from inquiring. You can pick up the phone, wait till it rings through to voicemail. If it's out of hours, leave us a voicemail. We'll pick that up and we shall come back to you. Or alternatively, drop us an email. Okay. So if you've dealt with us before, thanks for having a look again at our website and considering us. If you haven't and you're sort of some distance away, check out our reviews. It'll give you an idea of what sort of people you're doing business with, because we've had a lot of cars around the country. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed doing it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.